Alright, welcome everybody. So I want to make sure that we guys go through and get yourself ready for when you're done with high school. So this is going to be the second lesson that we're going to be covering. We're skipping a lot of the lessons within this jobs or career unit because we don't have the time. And so what I'm doing is picking out the essential things that I want you guys to focus on to help you to succeed after high school. Okay, so today's lesson is about creating a resume and cover letter. And one of the big cool things about this is that if you guys don't have your resume created yet, this guide will help you with that. Okay, there's a lot of things that you guys need to actually put into a resume to make yourselves attractive to employees, employers, especially when you're done here. Some of you guys have unique skill sets, unique abilities that you got to make sure that you can put onto paper. I know some of you don't like talking about yourself. I'm one of those people as well. But what you have to do is you have to break out of the bubble that you might be in and figure out ways to make yourself sound good. Okay, so today's lesson is kind of about that. All right, so you have a couple of things here, discussion prompts that I want you to go. And then the first hyperlink is what is a resume? Describe 3 common types. Now you guys might be familiar with this if you had economics class already. But here is an article. It's actually, once again, this is from Grand Canyon University, and it has resume tips. Now when I blow this out, you guys will actually look to the right of the screen. Here's a resume tips part 2, and then there's a part 3. And then there actually is a part 4 as well that I want you guys to go in and look at and say, okay, what is a tip that you can give me? Okay, what is a resume? How does it work? What are the general writing tips? Play the video, watch the clip, so that it helps you guys out with your future. Okay, and then what are the components is the second piece. One of the big things with the components is making sure that's when you need to start asking yourself what's important with it. Okay, so a couple things are required. Your contact information. You can put an objective statement in. If I could go find, so I think on my drive here, let me Google search my drive. So I have a personal drive here. It would be resume. I have a couple. My daughter's, here is, which one is that? The 2018 one. Let me pop this one up right here. Here's my resume. Okay, now it needs to be updated. But here's the big thing is that when we blew through this at the very beginning, I actually went up and had this information here as kind of like a little self-help statement. And so one thing that you guys need to know is that that's the type of information you put on there. If you guys want to copy this little piece, you can. I'm more than happy to help you with that or to show you along the way. Okay, because what it does is it's a little attention grabber that you would have. Then the next thing you guys would do with the components is write your experience down, your education, your skill set. If you have any computer skills, depending upon the job you're doing. You do want to have some computer skills no matter what you do, but some are going to be more required. Then you have optional things like activities, languages. I've told you guys this story before, but that's how I got hired at Williamsfield. I put at the very bottom last piece of my resume, I put president of track and field club at Desert Ridge High School. And the principal, Mr. Stengel, actually knew who the coach was at Desert Ridge because he hired him, and so they had an in-depth about half-hour conversation before I even had my first interview. So the one big thing is that that coach at Desert Ridge talked me up and said, if you don't hire this man, you're an idiot. That's why I'm at Williamsfield. So it's up to you guys to make sure you understand the importance of networking and all that stuff, and we're not going to be going over networking this year, but it's important that you guys actually fill in the resume, okay? Because what this does is it'll apply for you guys and help you out. There's another how-to tips. If you guys click on these 2 things, it actually shoots up a little video that looks kind of like this. It's a little fun clip.
Hi, I'm Mike, and this is my friend Jeff.
And it kind of gives you tips that you will give you for an interview. Because what your goal is to go from a resume and trying to get yourself into an interview. One of the big other things that most people don't know and talk about a lot is writing a cover letter. Okay, so once again, you click on the link, go to it, okay, and it'll show you kind of the best tips on how to
I
write
never
a
considered
cover
my
letter.
writing a work of art until I tried check writing.
Nice ad.
I checked my paper for more than just grammar
By the way,
errors.
use Grammarly instead.
Hi, I'm Jeff,
Alright,
and this is
so here's another thing. Same thing, okay? It's kind of got little tips, tidbits about how to do it. The big key thing important is that guys want you to go just through number 9, and then what you guys can do if you want is you can do 10 and 11 to just create your own. Now, the create a resume is something that you would probably go through. It's a cool little walkthrough guide. All right, when I click on this, you don't have to do this in class. You don't have to do this. If we had a class in together, we would take actually a couple of days of doing this. What I would ask you is objective statement, your experience, skills. There's a resume template for you. If you guys click on this template, here's a template that is for you that can help you with it. Okay, here's an example. What you could do is go through and change it if you would want to, and say, here's your objective. The objective would be talking to yourself, your education, your experience, what you've done, and your skills. Now I switch it around and I go objective, and then I put my skill level near the top so that they understand who they're looking at. Okay, and then I cover my education next, and then my experience last, because I want them to know my skill set. Okay, same for you guys, and it's going to depend upon what you're going to want to do. But use this lesson as kind of a template and as a guide to kind of key things away. There's extension activities related here. None of these have to be done per se, but what you can do is it's kind of cool things. Like there's a video on here about somebody that did a new resume, a new standard, like thought outside the box. Here's unique designs. Look at these articles and expand your brain, guys. I know you'll be successful. Just cover the first couple of things. I only need you to really go through up to number 9, and then that's it. You don't have to do any of the projects, any of the extensions, activities, anything like that. Okay. Good luck, and I know you guys will succeed. But remember, resume is important, and a cover letter. It's a way of putting who you are onto paper.